Okay. We're going to keep an open mic tonight, so if you could just be aware of your background noise, that would be great. And hi, everyone. Welcome to our Zoom call tonight. Yay! And happy first day of spring.
Yay!
You survived the blizzard while we were in California. Just saying.
Lucky you. I got home just in time.
We were with you in spirit, though.
So tonight we're going to talk about, last week had you all listen to a webinar that we really like, and we kind of think it was groundbreaking in some ways for us. And so we want to have an open mic tonight so that we can really talk about what you learned, and everything that you learned is going to help everyone who is joining us currently for this Zoom call, but also for anyone that is going to be listening to it in podcast time, is that what we say? In Zoom time, in the recorded Zoomcasted version. And so really what I'd love to do is just a couple quick announcements, and then we're going to jump right into chatting. So whatever notes you have, please make sure you have them out so we can talk about it. Just a few other things. There is a training that I'm going to talk about next week. Eric Warre has, we signed up for this social media training with Eric Warre last November. And one of the things that they're watching emerging rapidly in terms of extreme popularity and ability to reach people right now is Instagram. It seems to be, since Facebook purchased it, there is explosion happening in Instagram. And so on Wednesday night, he is doing a special training for those of us who signed up for this program, which I'm going to take copious notes and then bring it back to you. But he just said there are some things that are so groundbreaking. So that's going to be what we talk about next week. So any Instagram questions you have, any tips you have, things you've been picking up, training you have, please make sure and bring it next week, because we'll have a lot of information for you. I also said that I had promised you that I would share the Powerful Women event, but KJ and I talked about it, and the quality of the recording that we shared with you guys recently when we were announcing some of the changes, the initiatives in Isogenics, was so poor that I don't think I can do it that way. So I'm speaking to Eric Warre's team tomorrow to see if there's some way I can bring it to and share it. So I'll let you guys know that. We're going to, this is a really good time, and I want to remind you of this, and also please make sure you're passing this down to your team. As the first day of spring hits, so does everybody's focus on their bodies. They start to look down and go, oh my God, what has happened to me during the winter? And so this is a really good time for everyone to start to really be very mindful of your posts. Make sure you have before and afters. Make sure you're putting banners out there. KJ, you put a banner together recently. Do you want to just quickly touch on that for everyone?
Yeah, guys. If you see what I posted last night as my power post for the evening, it was a goodbye winter wait, hello spring cleanse with friends. Has a start date up in the corner, says March 27th. That's Monday. So that would, it's not tagged for any team or hashtag or anything. I've even had some people on Carla's team ask if they can use it. Like, just get that out, take it, save it, use it as your own, and promote. And what we can do is Wednesday on corporate calls. If you haven't been tuning into corporate Zooms, you're missing out. You're missing out on the awesome new slides they're doing, the amazing trainers and millionaires they have speaking, on Martha Whitfield doing her thing because she's amazing. And they always give a free promo code for a free enrollment until midnight. So we see it at 8 p.m. It's done by 8:30, and we have till midnight to get these enrollments in with this code. It's always a new code. You only get it if you're there live. So you can be getting that spring cleanse mojo going, getting people ready and revved up. When we start on Monday the 27th, it's 8 weeks till Memorial Weekend. A lot can happen in 8 weeks. So really start talking to the people who've either been interested or just, that attraction marketing of getting those pictures and posts out there. And get people to the Zoom. Getting them enrolled Wednesday night on $29 off is going to get their box in their hands by Friday or Saturday, worst case Monday, and they're starting anyway. So, that's a great timing to really push people to jumpstart and boost. Even if they're getting started on a 9-day, they won't get the $29 promo, but get them started. That's really the basis. Let's get it rolling.
So this week, what we want to do is a team-wide text blast. So you guys know how to do it. Put yourself down, put your foot down on the gas and be reaching out to people who are previous cleansers, people who had great experiences in the past. People who had great experiences in the past, say to them, what friends do you have that you know are struggling with weight loss? Let's help them. Okay, so product users, a lot of times that's the best way to talk to them. And so, just make sure this week, everyone, team-wide text blast. Keep track of how many people, use your activity tracker of how many people you're reaching. And we're gonna have a little contest next week. We'll see who has done the most. On Sunday night, just submit your numbers on TMA. And whoever has the most numbers is going to get a pretty cool prize. Okay, so please spread that around. Cash is king. That's just a hint. That's all I'm saying.
Can I submit my numbers?
Yeah, you can,
okay, cool.
But you're paying yourself. But if you want to do that, that's okay with me. All right, you guys, so team-wide text blast, spring into summer. I'm doing banners every day. It's the same background with different before and afters. And every day I'm just posting one. So, you want to steal mine, by all means do. Pick up KJ's banner. It's really great. And just use it. Okay, moving right along. ICU is coming. It's almost here. It's really, really,
next weekend.
Right, not this weekend, but next we'll all be spending time together. So please make sure you are being leaders. A lot of times when you're talking to people, they don't understand the importance of getting to these events. And it's not in their normal thought process because they're coming from the corporate world, and that's not what you do typically. So you want to make sure you're encouraging people and getting them to this event. Drive hard. The Cougars are here. And there's such a great lineup of millionaires at this event, and the Cougars are here. I mean, that's going to get more and more rare for us to have an opportunity to spend time with the Cougars this way. And it tells you how much they value the Northeast that they're coming for this event. So please make every effort you can. Okay. That being said, one more thing there, they new flavor for the steaks. All the flavors are out now, and they are the 24th is the date to vote. Please make sure you vote. They had 24,000 people reaching out with their votes when they first put this together, and I'm sure it'll be even more for voting for those final flavors, which are salted caramel, peanut butter, cookies and cream, and raspberry cheesecake. Okay, whatever. Some people like that stuff. So anyway, they're the flavors, and so make sure you're posting it. Okay, you guys. So let's go right into Todd Falcone's training. The reason we wanted to share this with you, first of all, he's our coach, and whatever we can bring from our training to you guys to help you, we always want to do it. And we have found some things really groundbreaking for us personally in this training, this coaching that we're doing with him. One of the things that we've learned is that, in a lot of businesses, their strategy into recruiting is not only or even primarily creating raving fans. In Isogenics it is, and Isogenics is doing everything right, even according to Todd. He said this company is a company of the ages. He's never seen a company like this. It's breaking every record and will continue to in network marketing. And he said whatever they do, just follow them. They're brilliant. So creating raving fans will always be a very important part of our strategy, and I think we know how to do that. We have the resources and the training, excellent training through our company to do it. But in order to have a solid network marketing business that grows along with you, you need partners who are duplicating what you're doing, and they're creating their own independence in building their business. And that is required for you to hit any of the stars and maintain those stars and beyond. So your long-term strategy, all of you that are on this call are here because you're business builders. That long-term strategy for success is important. What we like about his training is he said, if you're not prospecting and presenting every single day, you're not really running a business. It requires that kind of consistency. And he said there are three main reasons that people don't do it. And one is that they don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. They're not comfortable with what they should be saying, especially in business presentations. The second is they don't have the confidence to say it. And third is they don't know how to find people to say it to. And so that was really the whole premise of this, because we see some real fundamental mistakes that it seems like everyone, including us, makes when they start to search for those business builders. And really that's what he was talking about. What are those mistakes, and what are the things you can do about that? So being as it's an open mic and I've talked plenty now, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. What were some of the things in looking at it? We have the slides, which we will bring up as we're talking to help you kind of jog your memory. But what were some of your aha moments? What were some of the big takeaways for you guys? Does anybody have anything you'd like to jump in and share?
Well, I simply love that, not only did he really bring out a lot of like real estate agents being great targets because of their capacity and how they network and know everything, but like that he'll do it in little segments at the grocery store. It's not like, oh, now I've got their card, I'm going to put it away and get to that today or tomorrow. He'll like do it in real time, quick, sharp. He uses his one-liner. It's written here now. Do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're doing currently in the real estate profession or whoever you're talking to? I've used that line even via text and messenger already so far since that training last Monday, and it's very responsive of people who are going to be looking at the business. I have scheduled calls for tomorrow night, a gal, and two other people who are very open to the conversation because I use that line. So I just loved that it was like pockets, and he really presented that that's how quick and easy it can be done. Great.
Go ahead, Mark. I know what you're going to say. We're going to let Mark talk for a minute here because that's great what you just said, KJ, and that's probably his favorite line. So
I first heard this training. I was just this is before we decided to choose, before we engaged Todd as a coach. We'd heard about him through
a bunch of people.
Yeah, through a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I remember the first video that came up on YouTube was how to recruit affluent professionals. And when he said that one question, in the version that I watched, he said, "This took me 6 years to craft this question. I had so many different iterations. Do not, under any circumstances, change this question in any way because it's perfect as it is." And I just think it's so brilliant and so simple because it's so broadly applicable. I mean, it's the easiest question to ask somebody that you don't know.
And how about all the places that he goes to get those questions? I mean, find those cards. He's driving around a neighborhood and it's people who have for sale signs up. It's what's pinned to the bulletin board in Lululemon and in the local grocery store. It's like they're everywhere on the shopping cart, right? So does anybody else want to? If you guys, just so you don't have to worry about talking over each other, just raise your hand and I'll come to you. Okay, I'm going to go to Julie, then D. Okay, Julie.
I mean, he was great about. I mean, first of all, sponsor up.
Yes.
Sponsor up, like stop, like sponsor up people that are already successful, doing successful things, that are already doing what we're doing in network marketing, but they're doing the same kind of things, like real estate's an example. The other thing is he just makes it real. He just is real when he calls people. It's not a big deal. He's just like, people are always looking for opportunity, but he's also said you must be aware of opportunity. Like if you're as you're shopping in a grocery store and he sees an ad on a cart, like that's being awake to opportunity. How many times have we missed, or personally I have missed, an opportunity with a business card that came in front of me, with a conversation, with an ad I see about something else that I missed. And the other thing is we can prospect and call all day long. All day long. It's 5 minutes of a phone call. 3 minutes. Get people on the call and and ask the question. I mean, basically, it's that simple. He makes it really simple and doable, but doable now.
Yeah. I love that about
action immediately.
And the thing.
And the other thing is, his big thing. He said something, and I didn't write it down. Something about stop, and this was for Ellen. Stop dragging people. I forgot what he used. He used some slogan. I wish I'd have written it down. Anybody remember that? He said something about stop dragging people.
I'm looking.
Well, somebody will come up with it. Anyhow, that's my little.
Find it and post. Julie, find it and then just post it under this recording of this call because that will help.
Right.
The thing, one of the things I found so interesting in this training was when he talked about how the most common mistake that people make when they're starting in this business, and then they get discouraged, and think how many people have done this exact same thing where we recruit down because it's more comfortable, because we feel like, they need it. Of course, they're going to want it. We've all recruited down. And what you have is when you recruit down people with a bad money blueprint. And they're going to get there. You can't afford it. It's too expensive. In 6 months. How much are you making? All those those doubts that you get from people who have a bad money blueprint, who have not known success in their life. So we're recruiting, you know, the guy in the Verizon store, or recruiting someone who is a waiter and has been a waiter for 20 years, you know, and we don't understand why we're getting so much resistance. But it makes sense. So when we have a new person starting, we're having them approach those people very quickly. They're going to believe this business is hard to do. But when you're recruiting up those 20 people on your list that you never touched, right, as he said, when you're recruiting up to people who, A, have a good money blueprint, right, B, have a really good, they already have a success profile. They keep their options open to making other ways of making money. They're into multiple streams of income. It just makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Dee, you were going to say something. Let's go to you.
I have a lot of notes, and you guys covered a lot of it. But the one thing that really struck me, and it's something that I wasn't doing. I go through life, and I'm having a great time, and he says to train yourself to look for opportunity. So the eyes that cannot see those things, they're not trained to see. So ask myself constantly as I'm out there in the world, is this an opportunity? Is this an opportunity? And really have the mindset of going out there, even if I'm going to do something for fun, to really keep my eyes open and to be aware of my surroundings, and just look for the opportunity. And I don't do that all the time. And it's just something that really struck me. It's like I get into what I'm doing, and then I forget to look for opportunity. Hi, baby. So that was one of my takeaways. And then I did like his using the right words, as Mark was saying. And he says, what to say to someone is, do you at all keep your options open in terms of making money outside of what you're currently doing in the blank profession? And, I'm one who, I get tongue-tied a little bit. So to have a dialogue to say is great for me, just to, sort of memorize that and get it under my belt and use it when I need it. So I really liked the call.
That's a really powerful thing too. What you just said is repetition is the mother of skill. So to get yourself to the place where you're really comfortable, you don't feel like you have marbles in your mouth, say it over and over and over again. Know that this is tried and true, heavily practiced. And so you want to be able to have that dialogue. And what Mark and I came to realize is that, we so lead with product because it's where we've always been trained in Isogenics. And we were doing a few of the group calls that we do with Todd, and we kept hearing people, they brought a business builder in, they brought a business builder in, they brought a business builder in, and we were like,
it was making us nuts.
And what we realized is that language is not something we have practiced in Isogenics. And so, but especially right now with what's happening in our world today, the convergence of people realizing they have to take responsibility for their own success, and the walls dropping down very quickly, the barriers to network marketing. We need to be able to have these conversations. More and more people will be coming, and business will be the first order. I'll tell you, the people that Anne has brought in from the UK, that's where they are. That is what they're focused on. And so to be able to, Anne, but to be able to have that conversation and say it comfortably, just like in the beginning when we were nervous about asking people what for their social or taking an order and we felt like we had marbles in our mouth, this requires practice, so that you can say it, leaning forward, not back on your heels. So something I'd recommend is just record yourself saying it and say it over and over and over again, so that you can just start it off. You naturally say it, because these words exactly in this order are the ones you want to be using. And
so you guys, has anybody tried it yet?
Well, KJ did. Amanda, you did. Okay.
And how did it go?
Let's unmute Amanda. Amanda, unmute yourself.
Okay. I've tried it a couple different times, and surprisingly, I don't know why I was surprised, but when they came back and was like, of course I keep my options open. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so simple. And it was just, and now conversations have gone, and especially with the UK people, They are so much more receptive than the US people.
That's good to hear. That's
I know.
very good to hear. And KJ, yes, go ahead, KJ. And
So
then
I
we'll
just-
go over to Erin. Go ahead.
So if Erin's tried it, I'm going to let her, because I already shared that I tried it. I just wanted to talk about another thing that I just loved about the training. So Erin, did you try that already?
I did try it actually in a message, but I had a question. So you put that out there, which is a great line. I love it. But then what next when they say yes? I do keep my options open. What is, what do you lead with? What do you go into?
Great question. So
I personally use the Lady Lightner's responses with her little blurb. So glad you're open. It wouldn't be say so glad you're interested because it wasn't a call to action. You would use it in the phrasing that was, relating to that conversation. So glad to hear you're so open. I'd love to share this. Here's my story right here in a quick video. I'll touch base with you if this sounds interesting. That's what I've used.
And another
That's great,
strategy.
KJ.
That's really great, KJ. And I love what you just said. So glad you're open, right? So glad you're open. How wise of you to be open to this. I'd love to, and why don't you send them your landing page, right? We have a TMA landing page specifically for this purpose. And in fact, today on the call that I was listening to with Todd, he's talking all about the power of landing pages now. And so it's again, here we go, guys, we're ahead of the curve. So use the landing page. Let me send you some information. And again, if I send you some information, would you take a look? When would you be able to take a look? Okay, then let's follow up, write your questions down, and then let's follow up. So always make sure you have that hook with it, especially when you're recruiting up, you're talking to busy people. They're going to respect that you're doing it that way, and ask them how much time they have available for the follow-up call, and always stay within that time frame unless they push you outside of it. Okay, so recruiting up, big deal. So that's what you do. That's the next step. And then if I could just stay with that for a minute, Erin, following the procedure that is most successful in this profession, and it's something we all need to be doing more, is immediately after that say, I'd love to have you jump on a call with my partner and have just a very short share of social proof. It's that validation is critical. Three-way calls is something that happens in this profession. We see with all other companies, they do it significantly more than I see on this team. So it's moving it right over to that. It's just, and then you just get them on, say they're just going to share their story really fast. Or Tuesday or Thursday, millionaire sharings call. Okay, when we have that quick call, the Jay Bennett call that you're tapping, and you say, just jump on with this. We'll jump on together. Are you available Tuesday at 9? And then you jump on with them to give them the number or share your link. Bridge them in so that you're on the call with them so you can talk to them afterwards. But again, social proof is your next step. Okay. Yay. Okay, KJ.
Does that help, Erin?
Does that help you, darling?
Good much. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, rock and roll. So what I loved about something he said that really resonated was seek the people who are already doing what we do. Like what we already do is the managing teams, we are commission driven or performance driven. So who already has a job or career that's doing that? That's what their actual corporate job is to manage teams, and it's performance based, not just I flip burgers. Like his burger flipper versus real estate agent, who you would, when you see those and you say, okay, like a burger flipper might need this, right? Because who wouldn't want income or need it? But what is that person doing in their life? They're flipping burgers. Well, what's the real estate agent doing? Managing teams, making calls, following up on their prospects, everything we already do. So even if it's not real estate that you're going to target, it's that professional mind of those individuals who already do what we do. When we tell them what we do, it's not like, it's like, oh, cool, that's what I do already. Yeah. And they're just going to really embrace our business.
And right, KJ, how many times have we spoken to someone in our recruiting when we're recruiting down and they say, oh, no. I have to have a salary every week. I have to make a paycheck every week. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Where the people who are used to working on a commission basis and their production is what matters in what they do. They already have that mindset. So it's mortgage brokers, it's real estate professionals, it's insurance agents, it's small business owners, it's salespeople and account executives, it's sales managers, it's directors of marketing. So people who are already in that group, that's a lot of people, right? They get paid for production. So that makes a big difference. And then they're not, when you say that, to them it's just it's just adding another layer of income rather than them shutting you down right away and saying, I can't do that, I need a paycheck. How many times have we heard that? I've heard it a lot. Too much. Okay, I think Julie wants to talk. Thank you for that.
I was just going to say, thinking back on my profession as a teacher, coach, summer camp director, that's exactly the conversation I had with myself when Lynn and Mark approached me. Is I already do this. I already do this in what I do with, coaching kids or administrating teachers or administrating my summer camp. I already build teams. I already recruit people. I already seek out, I already do programs and self-development. I'm already doing this. Why wouldn't I do isogenics with Lynn and Mark? You follow what I'm saying? So it just makes sense. And so I think that's the understanding when we do approach people that are already doing what we do, know that they're thinking that in their head too. And if you can plant that seed, you're already doing this. This is just another avenue to take your skill set and feed two birds with one crumb.
And Julie, even picking out those skills like you just did, knowing the ones that would match a teacher. It's working with a team. It's like all the things that you can think of when you're thinking about the profession or what is done with the person you're speaking to. If it's someone who's in real estate sales, it's putting together a presentation, it's interacting with your customers, it's keeping track of your prospects. It's like it's moving people through a process. So it's
building relationships.
That's it. Exactly, Julie.
Yeah.
Always.
Listen, I'd like to say something. My name is Jeanette Smith, and I think it boils down to communication and compassion. Put yourself in their place and share and connect. And when you find the people that are open, then go forward.
That's it.
Absolutely. Great share, Jeanette. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
She's a newbie. Just got her box yesterday.
Go, Jeanette.
Go team, go. But no, it's true. It's true. You have to have a communication level. I mean, communication is so important that people overlook a lot of times, but it's so important in every venue of your life. No matter what you do, what your profession is, where you're at in your life, communication with other individuals and compassion for where they are and helping them to feel that you are with them. You want to help them. You're there for them. You want to share. You want to help them experience good things. And most people, it's human nature to want to be cared for, to be loved, to be looked out for. And that's the bottom line, I think.
Yeah. And Jeanette, I think it's in that communication is the ability to listen and really hear what that person has to say and what they need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And hear them. Don't just listen. Hear them.
Yeah. Hear them. That's the key word there. So thank you. That was a great share, Jeanette. Super appreciate that.
Thank you.
And for some of the millennials, this is the point number 2 that he raised, which I think is a really helpful one. It's a question I've often been asked by people is, what if they say to me, how much are you earning? Right? And a lot of times that's when you're recruiting down that you see that question come up. But I love what he said, the power of projection. It's like, do you believe you're in the right place? It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I was in this garage, you know, with one little tiny window, but I never said to him, well, I'm in a garage. What he did is,
I really need you in my downline.
yeah, what he said is, I really can help you. This can really make a difference in your, and this is a wonderful opportunity. So you are projecting
Right.
your own power into a situation, right? So that's a really important thing to
Right. Right. No matter where you are, money comes and goes. I mean, it's tangible. It's who you are and what you are and how you feel about yourself. If it's something that's going to enable you to be a better person, why would you not want that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether you make $1 million or you make 2 cents, don't you want to give and be a better human being and feel better about yourself and be more giving and be there for everyone you come in contact with?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the beauty of this profession, because that's pretty much the goal of Isogenics is let's see how many people we can help out there. And it's wonderful to be part of a company where that is the underlying belief and mission of our company. So super cool stuff. Does anyone else have any other shares or takeaways that you'd like to add? Any other points that were your aha moment in what you learned in watching this? Okay.
Well,
good.
I'd like to say that I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and I love the insights of everyone's communication, and it has helped me to see everyone's perspective, because that's what you need to do, is listen and learn.
Yep.
Right on.
That's it right there. Well, everybody, thank you so much for all of your, Lauren has a share. Let's jump on over to Lauren. Go, girl.
Hi. Well, you know, when I was listening to this really sparked an awareness in me, and actually took me back. Like for me, with my profession, graphic design, like I was like, oh my gosh, you know, designers, economy, we're always the first people to get clobbered. So I had the thought, like, and I went online and I started just looking up directories for designers. And I'm going to be doing what I did, you know, 10 years ago when I was in the insurance business and couldn't find work, and just start connecting with these people saying, you know, hey, I'm a graphic designer, and just kind of give my little story and then start closing with that line. Like that was just that was my big aha moment, is just like use what I know, start looking up directories, and I found a whole bunch. And you can do that across the globe too.
That's great, Lauren.
Right.
You know, it sounds like you, Lauren, stay in Orlando an extra day and drive around all over the place looking for sale signs.
I am staying an extra day. So the event's over on Friday, and then I'm actually going to have I'm going to stay with a girlfriend in her little neighborhood. So I'll be, yeah. So that like it's making
cool.
it
Make memories.
That, thank you. And then, and just something that I've been doing as well, and is I've been repeating that in my head, but then I've also just out of the blue started talking, you know, just started asking that question to CJ. Do you at all keep your options open? Because I want to hear myself. I don't just want to hear myself in my ears. I want to hear myself vocally say it. So I've just been walking around the house practicing with myself, whether he's home or he's not home, just so that the more that I do it, it doesn't matter if anybody's in the room or not, I'm hearing it. So that's been really helpful.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. I do that a lot. I talk to myself. I say it out loud. I let it out. And it's like a practice thing, but then you learn from that, because you have an epiphany sometimes and say, yeah, that's right. You know, that clicks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's so good when it clicks too. So this one suggestion I would love to make to you guys. I know you're all really busy, but how about if we can all see who's on this call right now, this training. Just make a habit, like just really quickly pick up the phone and call and just say, hi, Lauren, I have a question for you. And just repeat the question and then hang up the phone. Like, you don't have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But get in the habit of connecting with another human being and saying it. I'll come over to you next, Julie. But just a suggestion I'd like to make to all of you is do the practice. It will become so natural to you. When it's uncomfortable and it's unnatural, people will pick up your energy and feel that. So don't think it's the question.
Exactly.
Don't think it's you. Think it's the lack of practice that will get you there. And I'm going to jump over, Julie.
Because people tend to be defensive when, you come on in a different way. When you're more open and you're more receptive, I think people pick that up. I think they feel it,
Yeah.
They know you're there for them. And you really want to help them. You want them to go forward in their life in a positive way.
Right. Go, Julie.
Go, Julie.
Hey, I was just going to say a little segue off of Todd Falcone, or what's his name?
Falcone.
Yeah, it's Falcone's. I was listening to our famous guy, motivational speaker to me at Celebration. Tony Robbins. And questions. What he was saying, in order to focus, and it brought to mind, being aware of opportunities. How can we make ourselves, speaking about what Dee was saying, and how can we make ourselves more aware of opportunities, like more conscious, more acuity, like just awareness of there's so many opportunities around us, so many people that need this, that want the financial opportunity, want the health opportunity. So I know most of you have seen it. It's a YouTube video that Tony Robbins does on focus, and it's ask the questions to the universe. So be specific, and I think that's where Cooper got. It's like, how can I bring in and attract more business builders into my business with easily and fun, and make it fun and exciting? How can I, get on this health kick and make it a great journey or an easy journey? And when you ask the right questions out into the universe, what happens is it makes you focus on the right questions. And so those answers will come to you as you're just going through your day. The key would be to be specific with your language and be specific with your question. So I just thought that might be some information for us all maybe to use as we're being more aware of opportunities and being more aware of people around us, and signs of pain that they're suffering. They're telling us what they need. If you just listen to the conversation, people tell you their pain points.
Exactly. Julie, one of the things I also want to say to that is, in this approach we're talking about right now, one of the things we're very trained to do in Isogenics, and I super respect it, is to find that point of pain, to find what is causing anxiety, and address it with a solution. But another thing that in this approach, I think it's taking it taking another slice of it, where it's not necessarily someone who's in pain, right? We're recruiting up, and so it is someone who would be interested in another opportunity. So your focus is going to shift a bit when you're having this type of conversation. Yes, they still might be in pain. Yes, they still might be worried. A lot of people are worried right now, about their futures in the economy, and are they going to be laid off? But in this particular conversation, it's, do you at all keep your options open? Right. So I think I need to practice that one too. So, but it's adding a layer on, and this type of question requires a posture of success. Right. So that, I'm just wondering, Nicole, are you raising your hand or are you adjusting your screen? I just see this big thumb.
Sorry, no, I'm adjusting my screen. I'm not raising my hand.
Okay, this is another thing. Just something to consider is like that we are looking for pain, and we're looking to, and that's really most of the dialogue that I have done, and really I think that's where my expertise is in the years we've been doing Isogenics. I'm sure it's for all of you, is ask those questions, find how you can be of service and how you can help them where the pain is. This is ask the question, find out if you can layer another opportunity in front of them, another chance to create an additional stream of income. So you may not be encountering pain in that, you might just be encountering opportunity. And that's what we've been finding too as we're using that question. So just something to consider. So good training. Did you guys like it? Was it worth it? Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm super glad about that. I will be, as we find great stuff like this, we're gonna do this sometimes and bring in other experts to share with all of you, and then coming back and having this discussion. I mean, I loved it. I'm coming back to you, KJ. All right, and Mark has a question, KJ. So KJ, then Mark. Ladies first, right? Okay, KJ, unmute,
Always.
girlfriend.
Mama's first.
Well, this one's not a Todd Falcone thing, but I wanted to put it in before the call was over that Lynn and I spoke today. And I had an epiphany because I have these gentlemen in Naples, Florida, who the guy I introduced, I just realized has already multiple streams of income, especially talking to Lynn. I was like, he's already doing this, he's doing this, he's doing this. And so he's doing what I'm doing, which is awesome. And the guy he brings in is a business owner of 9 rehab centers, opening a tent in San Diego, who just before this call said, I want to send my brother this president's pack. Do it now, like, let's go. So they're already in that mindset of, and just, it really wowed them. They are ready to do a launch party for all their rehab people. And they're like, what do we do, KJ? We want to do this. And I said to Lynn, I was like, ooh, maybe they can do it on a Wednesday. And this is for everyone. If you do your lunch parties, if you're having local home parties on a Wednesday, have people come over at 7:15, 7:30. Get your refreshments and your music, and then turn it down at 7:45 and be like, okay, I'm just going to share my story, guys, while you're here. Share your story, have a couple shares in the room. And then at 8 o'clock, you put on the Isogenics corporate Zoom and let them give a launch party for you. So that was an epiphany I had today. So I wanted to just share it with the team, because what a smart way of letting duplication and the tools that corporate gives us do the work for us and not have to feel this pressure and nerves of, oh, it's my first launch party. It's really just excitement, share, and let's watch this Zoom. This is the company right here, and they offer everything.
That's awesome, KJ.
It's so perfect, KJ. I love that idea. And again, what did Todd Falcone say in the beginning of his call? If you're doing blogs and all this stuff, trying to find people, you're getting, they end up, their head starts spinning because they think, oh my gosh, all these skills I don't have. And they end up focusing on that instead of focusing on bringing people into their business, getting themselves paid, right? And you helping them get paid. This is push a button. It's highly duplicatable. And that's what our business is. When you have that happening down in your team, you have a business. When that is not happening in your team, you don't have, you're in a startup capacity. And so it's a great idea. And I think doing more and more of that. That's what customer first is. That's another part of these initiatives, is to make it super easy for us to spread the word and simple for people to join and simple for people to get started and get started in business as well as with products. So excellent. Thank you for that, KJ. Thank you. And I think Mark had a question.
So you guys, this training by Todd Falcone, how applicable do you think it is for someone on your team who steps up and says, I'd like to build a business, or I'd like to create some residual income. Who should I talk to? What do you think? Would it be something that you're comfortable using as a tool? Yeah?
Yeah, I think it actually makes the process easier than just build your list and let's go over it together and I can tell you some things to say. It's easier for someone if they know that this is actually a process that we use that works, and that those are the right types of prospects to talk to, not just your grandma and your cousin and your neighbor. I think it takes a lot of pressure off when you are going to present business to someone who's already in business. And I think it makes it easier for people who are ready to roll.
I think it's what happens is it's an additional strategy. It's business and product. And as he said, this helps when you're moving through your warm market. So if we all take it this way and say it's business and product, when they're talking to the people who are interested in product, we're putting them in UHQ. When it's someone who wants to learn about the business, it's this type of information, it's giving them this, but it's also getting them on the Tuesday, Thursday calls, right? So Wednesday, Isogenic Zoom, Tuesday, Thursday for testimonials on opportunity and product. But these are all the things. The more we do this, all you do is just drop into these calls, drop into this. Come to our once a month, at work at home event. And so we just keep it really simple. This is strategy for business, and this is strategy for product. They'll have both. When they're putting their list together, they're going to have to together both. And then you can say, go to the yoga, go to Lululemon, get some cards. Let's get some cards and look at this. Let me tell you what to do. So it adds another layer of dimension to them so they can develop those skill sets. The best gift we can give them. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, thank you so much. Your
That was great.
Feedback was priceless. It was so important. It will help so many people on our team to hear this, and also to help them to realize these calls matter. And coming on this training is an event that we should all inspire everyone to come to. And we appreciate all of you for coming and being part of this, and so beautifully participating tonight. Thank you, everyone. Super appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Hey, congratulations, Mark and Lynn, top achievers. Awesome.
Yeah, you guys.
That's because of you.
It's all over to you.
I don't care. It's awesome.
So good. Congrats.
Kudos to you guys. Well
Lots to our
deserved.
team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can't wait for you to share. I want to be a top achievers. I don't know about y'all.
With me next year.
Next year, baby. Let's do it.
All right.
Recruit professionals.
Build your team.
Exactly. All right, guys. Good night.
Love you.
Night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.